No, neither one of us agreed on Monday. You said, well, let's just do Monday. Okay.
I wouldn't listen. I don't do stuff like that on Monday.
Yeah.
It's about starting my week off right. But
I mean, I listen to podcasts every day. So I'd be like, I don't play that. Friday just seems like a wash to me, yo. It does. It's like people like, especially at 2 o'clock. Bro, 2 o'clock, but people done checked out, bro. On a Friday.
Well, don't let me be the guinea pig for Friday.
I said Friday back in,
A few moments later.
But we're recording, so.
Yeah.
What?
We record.
Oh, we record right now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's deep.
So whenever you want to start.
Oh, okay. Let's get it in. Let me get situated. Hey, do you want to sing a duet? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I told you I'm retired for real. I forget all y'all can sing.
Y'all can sing.
Usually when one sibling can sing, the other can.
Yeah, definitely.
Your parents sing too?
I mean, they can.
Yeah.
They can. All right, we good. Y'all just wait on me, right?
Well, obviously.
What's up? Bill McCleskey in the building with
My boy.
he said my boy.
Just be smooth. Can't stop till I won't stop till I can't stop till I won't stop till I can't stop till I won't stop till I ain't no G-code. Just be smooth.
Welcome y'all to Tech Don't Sleep podcast. It's your boy Bill McCleskey, and I'm sitting here with one of my favorite people from Chattanooga. From Chattown, Tennessee, Rock City. What do they call it? Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Anyway, Ashley Garth with Ashley Garth Media. Yes. I gotta tell you, Ashley, you know, we've been watching you. I've been watching your journey since you sold insurance.
Ooh,
okay,
that's
and it's just been like 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah, I'm extra, y'all. So
okay, no, it's all good. But you know how we like to do on this podcast. We always like to offer our audience some practical takeaways, right? In terms of how they can use technology to either grow their business, to be more productive, to be better entrepreneurs and be better people, more efficient. So that's what we're going to get from you today, especially with your expertise growing Ashley Garth Media, or is it Garth Media?
Garth Media.
Garth Media, and what you do, and really listening to your story and getting some insights from you. But before we do that, we always like to get to know our guest in a special and unique way by playing a game. All right, okay. We're gonna play a little game.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared, okay? All right, so this game is called I Got 5 on It.
Okay.
And by the way, folks, Ashley can sing. She says she's retired, but
you gonna put me on the spot right now?
Snap!
No.
Okay, maybe can they Google something or YouTube something?
I might do something at the end.
Cause you used to sing backup for somebody, right? Didn't you do backup for who'd you sing backup with?
Ooh, you making me sound real good, but not anybody.
Okay,
you guys.
Can I just say this before we get into the game and learn about Ashley and get into Garth Media? I'm telling you, she looks like Jennifer Hudson. She does look like Jennifer Hudson. Like I'm just okay. Anyway, I got 5 on it. Ashley, the way this game works is I'm going to ask a question, and you have 5 seconds to respond to the question. Just give us the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready?
Are y'all sure y'all want to play this with me?
Oh, yeah, we're ready. we want to know about you. It's nothing deep, though. Okay. Nothing too deep. All right, number 1. Are you more productive in the morning or at night?
In the morning.
Okay. Who is your idol, and have you ever met this person?
I have so many. I know this sounds cliche. I would love to meet Oprah, and I've not met her yet.
Okay. Me too. I like Oprah. All right. If you could instantly learn any language, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I would like to learn French.
French? Okay. Why?
I think it's sexy.
All right.
S'il vous plaît?
Ooh.
Forgot what that means.
It means please, right? S'il vous plaît? Okay. All right. So, what was your favorite class in college?
theater, if you want to count.
Oh yeah, definitely. We count that. What is your favorite food that your mom cooked for you?
Well, my mom didn't cook a lot. Love you, Mom, but my dad did more of the cooking. But when she did, lemon cake. She was a good baker.
That sounds good. All right. Entrepreneur or 9 to 5 person? I know the answer to that. Entrepreneur, no question. And it's actually 5 to 9, right? That's what. No, I don't know. All right. So, what is your favorite thing about Nashville, Tennessee?
I would say it has its little pockets. So I do love downtown, but I feel like you can go to Nolensville and get a little bit of more of an ethnic vibe for food and culture. If you want to go to East Nashville, you get to hang out with the hippies. So you have little pockets and different melting pots of different people.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize about Nashville. It's a great culture here for sure. All right, next one. So what's the strangest food you ever tried, and would you eat it again?
I eat everything.
No. Okay. You don't discriminate?
I don't. I love Italian. I love Mexican food. I love American food. So I wouldn't say any of them were strange. I would eat it again.
Never eaten like octopus or?
I've had octopus. Yeah. It was nice.
Really? Wow. Good for you. All right, next one. What actor would you want to play you in a movie about your life?
Jennifer Hudson.
Of course. I know, that's right.
I mean, that would be a good fit.
All right. Yeah, because Jennifer Hudson, she played Aretha, right? Did she play Aretha? Okay. Yeah. All right. Which song could you listen to over and over again?
I want to go to gospel. I really like Tasha Cobbs. I could listen to Happy all day.
Okay. Shout out to Tasha Cobbs. Appreciate your work. Let's see here. What was the biggest obstacle, or what is the biggest obstacle you've overcome in life?
I would say entrepreneurship. Kind of self-made. I started not really knowing what I was doing. I know we'll talk about that later, but I figured it out.
Yeah, no doubt. What app do you use most for your business?
HoneyBook.
HoneyBook, all right. Who is currently your favorite author, or what's your favorite book?
Bob Proctor.
Love it, Bob Proctor. How do you clear your mind after a stressful day?
I should do more of this, but running. I had a nice jog today, and my whole day changed.
Wow, how far did you jog?
Now, I don't do the marathons like you.
I'm just asking.
I did about 2 miles.
Yeah, that's good. I always tell people, sometimes I wake up stressed because I got something coming up that day, and I'll wake up early, go run, and it prepares me for my day. So
how early do you run?
It depends. Maybe 4 o'clock.
Okay.
4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Good for you.
But you said you're more productive in the morning though, right? So
my morning is more like a 6, 7, 4 o'clock. Not so much.
I got you. Now wait till you have kids. Because then your morning starts at 6 with the kids.
That's true.
And then, so you got to have, but no, it's good. Well, Ashley, I really want to jump into, like I mentioned, I saw you come on the scene. And you've never been a shy person to me. You've always been, even when you sold insurance, you used to work for this well-known insurance company. And I would see you online, like with a big presence online, like posting about insurance. And I was like, this young lady is super passionate about insurance, or she is super passionate about sales, right? Or about, really, being successful as a business professional. And so tell us, I just want to go back up before that though. I want to know how you got to Nashville. How did you end up was it from Chattanooga? So straight from Chattanooga to Nashville, Tennessee?
I went to college. I went to MTSU. And then I just kind of worked my way up Murfreesboro, Brentwood, and I just stayed
So what did you study in at MTSU?
I was a business major, and I actually have a minor in music business and business entrepreneurship.
Okay, cool. And then so after graduating from MTSU, what did you do immediately after that? Did you jump into insurance then?
Mm-hmm. I jumped into sales.
Yeah. So what made you get into sales? Because most people don't always go straight into sales. That's kind of intimidating to a lot, even business majors.
I was desperate. So I'm not going to name the company. So let me rewind a little bit. I was a marketing manager for a very well-known retail company. Just to give you a hint, they never have cashiers. So you guys probably know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
You don't?
It's a marketing company?
No, retail.
Oh, it's retail. They don't have cashiers.
They never have cashiers. You have to bag your own groceries. Well, anyway.
Okay, got it.
So it just put a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm like, I was working through college, bartending, singing. I'm like, there's no way that I've done all that, graduating with debt to walk into this. So one day on my lunch break, I saw that Liberty Mutual was having interviews 2 minutes from my job. So on my lunch break, I went to interview. I had been researching different sales jobs because to me, I felt like it's fair for me to make more depending on how much work I put in. I don't want to work and still have the same amount on my check.
Right,
That just,
exactly.
it doesn't sit well with me. So I was in insurance for 2 years, and I feel like that has really molded me into an entrepreneur, because I say all the time, if you can sell insurance, you can sell anything. So I didn't realize why God had put me there, but it was to teach me how to sell.
So you went to this interview with Liberty Mutual, and you obviously got on board. So tell us about this position though, because you were selling insurance. You were selling like life insurance and auto insurance. And did you have a salary there, or was it full commission?
It was like half and half.
Okay.
So they give you a smaller salary, and then it decreases as your time goes, because of course they want you to be selling more.
And so what did your daily grind look like? Like, tell us how you kind of progressed in that position and what you learned from it.
Networking.
Okay.
Networking, and I don't have any kids or anything, and I didn't have Simba. That's my dog. At the time, he's like my child.
It's your dog, and never mind. Let me not even go there.
But I realized that I had all the time in the world to meet these mortgage lenders and realtors and build connections with them. And believe it or not, a few of them are the reason why Garth Media was birthed, because they gave me a chance to manage their social media. So the grind was just networking, different events, probably about 4 or 5 each week.
Yeah. So I actually want to stop right there, because I have this theory about networking, and that theory is that most people just don't know how to network, right? Most people, because I hear people saying networking doesn't work, it's a waste of time and all this stuff, going to these events, it's not being fruitful. And I think it's because people are not going with intention, or they just don't have the networking skills, so to speak. And so I would like to know from you, like, what kind of things did you do specifically to really get a return on your investment in terms of time when you were networking?
So when I first started, I feel like people see networking as a numbers game. How many business cards can I walk out with? That does not work. And I know, because what happened, I would get home, I would spread out all my business cards, and I'm like, I don't remember having a connection with any of these people. So I stick to my magic 3. I try to connect with 3 different people and have some real face-to-face conversations, and to reach out and follow up. The follow-up is the main thing. There's no point in me spending an hour, maybe paying for a ticket, getting a few drinks, if I'm not going to follow up. So meet 3 people and follow up the next day.
And so when you followed up, what would you do? Like, was that a phone call, an email, and are you trying to set a one-to-one with that person, or what's going on there?
Email. Sometimes it might be a text or a call, but the goal is to do a coffee or a lunch. And what's the goal of the follow-up, or the coffee or the lunch? Is there a goal for that meetup? I need power partners. And you remember me saying this in insurance. I still live by this.
Yeah.
Like, power partners are people that, they're like business besties, if that makes sense. Like, we know we have a common purpose to help each other to grow and scale, and we're honest with each other. We vent to each other, and some of these people are now my good friends, like my podcast co-host Jasmine. We were power partners. She's a realtor, and now she's a good friend. So I think all of I don't want to say they're not normal. I don't feel like I have any normal friends anymore. They all are. Most of them are entrepreneurs, probably about 80%.
Yeah, well, and that's a normal thing. When I talk to entrepreneurs, it's almost like, you know, if you make that transition, your circle changes, and a lot of your folks in your network are entrepreneurs. But so these power partners, though, it sounds like they're referral partners, right? You guys become referral partners for each other. Yeah, I love it. And I call them, in my world, I call them referral partners or strategic partners. But it sounds like, so you're networking and you're looking for some synergy to where you may have something in common, you may have some or like-minded business, and then you can refer each other business, basically.
Or it may be a shout out. Somebody may be saying, hey, who's a social media agency owner? I know that my power partners are going to tag Garth Media. Got you. I love that. So how many power partners would you say you have now? Too many to count. Yeah. I would need to sit down and really put it on paper, but I think it's a lot of them, and I don't want to leave anybody out. So no, I feel you. No, I love that though, because you have, it seems like, structure to how you network, right? And that's why it's been successful for you. So to me, like any entrepreneur, like listening to this, like if you could take that one thing away and say, hey, listen, networking works, first of all, but you have to be intentional about it, and you're looking for power partners, right? And I think a lot of people, they go to networking events, or they think networking is about giving out, you know, business cards and looking for customers. And I'll tell people all the time, when I'm networking, I'm not looking for a customer, I'm looking for a referral partner, right? Where I can refer business, and when that person can refer business back. And if I connect with somebody like that, it's going to, you know, grow into a long-term relationship, like you said. So I love it. So you were selling insurance and loving it, right? No, I didn't say that. I love the immediate return. I love that I had control of my income. So I'll say I loved it for the first 2 years, and it just didn't make any sense anymore. I would leave just kind of drained, like, okay, I helped somebody on their auto insurance today. So you didn't get excited about the commissions anymore, like when you close the deal or whatever? I was excited about the part that you guys saw on social media, me building my network and marketing, and I realized that because of the insurance. Okay. So you kind of found out, hey, this is what I really enjoy. It's not the insurance, it's, you know, the marketing, the promotion. So what made you decide to start Garth Media? Did you just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna do something else? So when I would just walk out in Nashville, I started to have just random people that I didn't know say, where I know you from? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know you. But they were followers. So I had to just sit down and marinate on that. I'm like, okay, I'm building a network online. These people are listening. What is the next thing after insurance? So it just made sense that it would be marketing and to help other people to promote their business. So you just decided to start a media company? Yep, I put in my 2 weeks, and then with these jobs, after you put in the 2 weeks, you have access to people's info. They tell you to leave that day, and I knew that. So I was preparing a little bit. I put my 2 weeks in. My managers and colleagues were like, are you sure? But had you started the media company like beforehand to kind of get some momentum or get a couple of clients or whatever? No. I'm telling you, don't do it the way that I did it, okay? I was just so burnt out mentally. And I had some, I'm gonna say family that I knew if I needed some financial help, I had the backings. So it worked, and I just went for it. But I will say, if I was to rewind and do it again, and I would make sure before you leave your job, I don't care how burnt out you are, you need to have at least 6 months of living expenses just sitting there. I think if I had done it that way, I probably could have scaled a little bit faster, but it just made me grind even harder. So what did your grind look like? You put in a 2 weeks notice. They said, go ahead and leave today. Like, what did your next couple of weeks look like? So So I was already planting some seeds in the ears of my power partners, and I just let them know, hey, I'm done. So I actually tried to do both. After Liberty Mutual, I had my own insurance practice.
I do remember that. Team insurance.
Team,
right?
you have a brilliant memory.
That. Ooh, say that
Team
again.
insurance.
Say that again.
Teach, empower, assist, mentor. That was a little acronym.
I love it.
That lasted maybe about 8 months, and then my broker was like, "You sold 2 policies last month," and I was like, "Oh, I did." So I had to just say, "Okay, I can't do both. I really need to focus on getting more clients." So that's what I did.
So then you started your own brokerage, basically, or you became an independent agent.
Yes.
And then, but you were trying to build Garth Media too. Okay. No, I get that. So you said, hey, I can't do both, and you go out there. So when you went full time with Garth Media, 100%, like how many clients did you have at that point?
4 or 5.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so tell us exactly like what Garth Media does.
So we help small business owners to manage their social media and email marketing. A lot of times they try to do it on their own. It either looks you can tell by looking at their profile that it's just random things that they're posting. They don't have a strategy behind it. Their graphics are not branded. So we schedule out content a month in advance. I have worked, I wouldn't say years, but years to get a process where it's just easy for them. Switching different platforms, having different ways that my team communicates with my clients, and now I literally send them over a link. It's approved and they're placed on a retainer, and it just runs like a machine.
Yeah. And so the main services that you offer are social media management and what you said, email marketing, right? Because when it comes to digital marketing, there's so much out there. That's like a huge umbrella, right? So there's like Google ads or Facebook ads. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. And so are those just the 2 silos that you focus on? So when somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I want to do a Facebook ad campaign, what do you tell them? Well, that's social media though. Okay, so you can make that happen. But outside of that, like if somebody wants something else marketing wise, do you just say no? We don't do that, or what?
No, I have
event management, or
I refer them out. I refer them out. Sometimes I'm even the middleman, but the relationships that I have, if they come to me and my team can't do something, they're not going to leave without being taken care of. So whether that's PR, I feel like everybody tries to put me in that category. I don't do PR. Maybe that's something later on down the line, but right now it's just social media management.
So what is PR? I mean, public relations, right? How does that differ from marketing?
So that would be more getting, like you guys, media placements on the radio, in magazines and things like that. I've just not built those connections to be able to do that.
Gotcha. So how are things going now? Like, you've been in business for how long?
3 years.
3 years with Garth Media, and you've blown up.
Yeah.
You blew up.
I have to count back 2018. Yeah.
And how big is your team?
So I have a team of 6.
Okay. And are these like content creators or salespeople or what?
So graphic designers, copywriters, and strategists.
Okay. And so what is the goal now? Since you've been in business for 3 years and you got this thing rolling, you got it down to a science, what's your goal now?
So it's funny that you said salesperson. I met with my bookkeeper. We were making plans for next year. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My clientele now comes strictly from referrals. I know that if I hunted a lot harder, I would probably have to hire some more people, but we are actually in the process of hiring a salesperson. So that's the goal for next year. Just to increase by, I know 20% is what people usually say. I want to go harder. I want to increase by 40 or 50% for 2022.
So you want to be a high achiever. Yeah. So what motivates you? Is it the money? Is it the control, or what? Freedom?
It's the freedom. It was the money at first. I like what I like. I like to eat good. I like to do what I want to do. But right now it's the freedom, because to me, that's the purpose of being an entrepreneur. I might as well go back to Liberty Mutual if I have to do things every day. So I want a business now Garth Media runs itself right now. but I know that I could step away from a lot more. And that's what I'm ready to do.
Now, when you say the business runs itself, unpack that a little bit. Like, what do you mean by that?
So, meaning the systems that we have in place, it's like clockwork, just from start to finish. Somebody comes in, they book a call, we have our discovery session, they sign the contract, we meet with my team, we create the strategy, their content is created. We have some more strategy meetings, and we repeat that process. So nothing really changes. The only thing that would need to change is if more clients were brought in, I would have to duplicate myself. So that's the next stage, a salesperson and then duplicating Ashley.
Yeah, because if you find a great salesperson, guess what? You know, a lot of times we interviewed this guy on Jimmy Feeman, is that his name, from No Baked, and he said something so interesting, but it's so true. He said that when his company was, I think, doing about 20,000 a month or something in business, he said they were making money and all that stuff, but then when they kind of went to $1 million, he said they weren't making no money.
I believe that. I get it.
Because your revenue's higher, but your team is bigger. You got more. You're spending more, maybe on marketing or on other, platforms and all this stuff. And it was just interesting to hear him say that.
And that's real. I'm telling you, and I stress this a lot, especially for people under 3 years, get you a bookkeeper. Y'all are probably so sick of me saying that. I don't care. Because sometimes we think that we're making so much. I've had, $15,000, $20,000 months, and then I'm looking at all of the expenses, and I'm like, how? But I never would have known if I didn't have that profit and loss statement.
Yeah.
So we have to know everything down to the penny, and that's how I've been able to scale, because I'm looking at that data every week.
No, that's good. I hope y'all got it. Pay attention, because as an entrepreneur, social media, but if you're like me, you're not an accountant, right? I hate looking at that stuff, and when my CPA called me, I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel like talking to you, really. But let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We're gonna take a commercial break for one of our sponsors, and we will be right back, folks. Hey y'all, just a quick second, let me take this off. Just a quick second about one of our sponsors, Comcast Business. As you may know, Comcast offers internet, voice, and TV service for businesses, okay? But what you might not have known is there are several features and options within each of those segments, okay? So for voice, for example, you can get POTS lines or digital lines or voice over IP lines, a PRI. There's a lot of different options, and based on your business needs, you may need to reach out to us, My Tech Partners, to get those options, because we can deliver them in seconds. So if you need help shopping within Comcast Business or whatever cable companies in your area, reach out to mytechpartners.com. We'd love to help. Holla. Woo! All right, so we are back in this piece. No, man, I love what you're saying, because for entrepreneurs, you mentioned, like, if you've been in business less than 3 years, I'm like, everybody needs a bookkeeper, period. I remember when I started My Tech, I didn't get a CPA until I was in business for 6 months. Because my theory was, I ain't paying for no CPA because I ain't making no money. But once I started making money, I was like, okay, I need a CPA. Because I didn't want to keep up with it. You know what I mean? And nowadays, there's so much technology, and I'm sure your bookkeeper uses some platform or some financial, platform to help you keep up with all your expenses, and you can pull your reports. But they keep you on track. And what's even more important than that for a business and an entrepreneur is that they interpret the numbers, right? So, and I think I know your bookkeeper is Mashika, right? Yeah, so I know Mashika's great at that. She's brilliant at what she does. So, really good. So you just said your goal is to increase by 40-50% next year, within the next 12 months or so, right? Yes. And so I'm interested to know where you plan to be in the next 5-10 years. If you want that type of growth in a year, like, do you see your agency being like a national company or global company? You're asking all of the questions that I have literally been talking about the past 2 weeks. So Nashville, I've been here since 2009. I actually think that I might be entertaining moving back to Chattanooga. No. Right.
To Dallas or Houston.
Well, side note, you know there's a huge marketing agency in Chattanooga, office in Chattanooga. You know that?
No.
Gary V.
In Chat?
Gary V has an office in Chattanooga. Yes.
Now I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What's it called?
Why do you choose Chattanooga?
Vaynerchuk Media. Yeah.
I'm interested to know why he chose Chat.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. But you said Houston or what?
Or Dallas.
Okay, so Texas. Okay.
So just venturing out, networking, building more power partners in different cities. I just feel like it's time.
Yeah. Dallas. I mean, either one of those would probably be cool. Because I think they're big networking cities, still kind of in the South. Texas is its own type of outfit, really. But no, I think you do well anywhere with your personality, Ashley. So listen, I really want to talk about some tips and tricks, right? For social media. So what are some things? And I know I'm not asking you to give away all your secrets or whatever, but what are some things that you have found that have been really beneficial for maybe your customers or other entrepreneurs as it relates to what they do on Facebook, for example?
I would say...
And then I'm going to ask you for the same question for Instagram and how those two platforms should be used differently.
So one of the things that I see people do is just not really have a plan. They don't really sit down and map out what they're really trying to get their followers or potential clients to do. So first of all, y'all know that, well, you may not know, social media is an indirect form of marketing, meaning just because you put it out there, all of your followers are not going to see it. It's probably going to be closer to 20 or 30%. So the goal of social media is to get their information and put them in some type of sales funnel. I think a lot of people, business owners, forget that, and they spend a lot of money even on ads, graphics, videography, to just create content that just sits there when you're not pushing your followers anywhere. So my biggest tip would be partner the social media with the email. Do your branding, build the trust on your platform, but send them to an email list, build your list, and then start marketing to them in a direct form.
Yeah, no, that's so good. So you would say do that whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, any
LinkedIn,
platform.
all of it.
So drive people to maybe a landing page and collect that data. So what do you think about, because I see a lot of giveaways, and I've even done this myself. I'll give away like an ebook or do a gift card giveaway or something just to collect that email and cell phone number.
Yeah.
Is that fruitful, or has that been beneficial for you guys?
Absolutely. And I know I didn't talk about this. I have a cosmetic line that we launched in May called Sister Tribe Cosmetics. And that's honestly when it really hit me the hardest of how effective email marketing was. Because you have the data there. How are these people getting to the website? And it's mostly through our email. So you collect emails. You're intentional on social media to collect an email address, then you market to them via email marketing to drive them to buy something on the website. Yes. Basically. So if you see some type of campaign on our page, an email probably went out within 2 or 3 days of that post. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So how should people use Facebook and Instagram differently though? I think is there a difference? I have the most fun on Instagram. The main difference is Instagram is more about now the video more than anything. Really good for bloggers. But from the email standpoint, I'm getting more people to actually participate more on Facebook and subscribe to our email. So it's more informational, giving them value, and I feel like Instagram is giving them value as well, but more from a video standpoint, because now the still images are not getting as much engagement as the videos. And are they, do you know if Instagram is like exposing the videos to more people, like via the algorithm and stuff like that? So what about Reels then? Because you got stories and you got Reels. What's the difference and how should we use them? Reels are taking over. It's real out here. It's real. Now you can create Reels on Facebook. So it's just like I say, it's a point system. So right now you get the highest points for using what they tell you to use, which is Reels right now. So they're going to expose that to more people.
And Reels basically was the kind of the model from TikTok, right? So do a lot of your clients use TikTok, or are you helping them manage that?
No,
Okay.
no. And I'm not gonna say I've given up on TikTok. I just feel old on TikTok. Like I'm not learning choreography. I'm not doing all of that. I don't have time. So I pop in maybe once a week, but unless I go viral or something, that's when I will put more energy into TikTok, because that's what it's about, going viral. That's how people get their big breaks now.
Is there a formula for going viral?
I think it's the consistency. You got to play around, and you got to be posting something almost every day.
On any platform?
For TikTok specifically.
For TikTok, okay.
Those people that have gone viral, they are literally posting probably multiple times a day. And to me, that's a big risk, and I'm saying it from this standpoint because time is money, and it's not a bunch of editing, but it's a job.
Oh, no question.
It is a part-time, full-time job. So right now, if it doesn't make sense for you to spend money on, nice equipment, I would say focus more on the direct marketing, which is the email. That's just me.
So give us some tips on email marketing then, because there's a lot there too. There's different platforms like the MailChimp or Constant Contact and things like that. But I think that the thing that really hits me about emails is the subject line.
Absolutely.
What should we be doing with our subject line for email marketing?
It needs to be something out of the box and something that sparks curiosity. I use, because most of my tribe are women, just a brand, and I had mentioned this before in the presentation, Forever 21. They have the most out-of-the-box, girly, trendy subject lines, and I kind of use them as a reference point because a lot of people know who they are, but it's just things, we have so many distractions. That subject line is going to determine so much, especially your open rate. So I would say take some time, maybe even outsource to a copywriter, and you can map out your subject lines for an entire campaign.
Yeah. Do you think that, because I know, like, especially during the holidays, I may buy something, my wife may want something from Nordstrom's, right? Or Macy's, so I may buy something online, and then obviously I start getting all these emails, right? I literally have an email for, it's a junk email, where that's the one I use when I shop online. But when they send me all these emails following up and all these specials throughout the year, I never open them, right? But I think it's impactful because I see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see the email and I'm like, oh, they're trying to sell something, or I don't want no deal right now. I ain't buying nothing. But it's still effective. Like, what do you think about that?
I always want to be at the top of mind, because you may not want to buy something right now, but since they've been talking to you for the entire year, whether you've opened the emails or not, when it's ready for you to buy, 9 times out of 10, that's
because I haven't unsubscribed, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like.
But why don't you unsubscribe?
Because when I'm ready to buy, I want to see if there's a deal available.
That's the answer, right?
I want to capitalize on that. So no, I just think that's key. Is there anything else that we should think about outside of the subject line when it comes to emails? Like once somebody opens it, like what's the best thing to do to catch people's attention and stuff?
I really like to capitalize on the promos. So we know that Black Friday and the holidays are coming up, but throughout the rest of the year, I have been getting the most success from tying promotions to just my life, and different things that are happening for me. So for example, Garth Media, our anniversary is in February. We're probably going to do some type of promo, maybe like a graphic design package, something just to celebrate our anniversary, so people get excited about that. We offer a discount, we put a time frame on it, and then we increase our sales during that time frame.
Yeah, nice. I love it. So can you tell us about like a success story or a case study from one of your clients? Maybe they came to you, they were doing their own thing, or they had somebody else doing their social media, it wasn't working, and then you started working with them and they blew up.
Yeah. Let me think. This is a client actually in Dallas, and this is where the Texas thing has come in because I've been talking to her. Her name is Brittany Willis. She owns a franchise. We don't have them here. They're called PJ's Coffee.
Okay.
Kind of like Starbucks, but on a smaller scale. But she's also a consultant. So she started with 100 followers.
On Instagram?
Yes,
okay.
On Instagram. And we put a strategy to it. Her aesthetic changed to her page. Right now, the name of the page is 828 Enterprises. Basically, it's not about franchising, but it's a hub of just information for entrepreneurs. And people are just listening to her. And now she's over 5,000 followers. She's landed, and I said I'm not in PR, but she's landed media placements and things because they go and they check her, what do you want to say? I wouldn't even say status. They just check her out on social media, and sometimes that just determines if people want to work with you.
Yeah. How long did it take her to go from 100 to 5,000 followers?
Good question. So it took us maybe about 9 months, about 6 months. Now that was not the norm. I will say she's a different type of client. She had a few videos that went viral. As a franchise owner, she was very transparent about what that looked like for a Black woman. There's not a lot of people that are telling you what really happens for people that own a franchise. So she was just transparent about it, and people love to hear about her story.
Yeah. So how do you increase your followers? Because I know that's what people want to do.
That's the name of
when
the
they
game.
Start something, they like, yo, I need some followers. How do I do XYZ? They putting hashtags here and there. So what are some? And the question really is, what are some tips on building a genuine or a real following, right? With real people. I'm not talking about bots or buying followers, but how do we really do that?
It's really like an online buddy system. So just like I was going out networking with people face to face, you have to network online. So I know this sounds crazy. Are you watching other people's stories? That's kind of like something that triggers the algorithm. They see the activity. Are you liking other people's stuff? Are you just scrolling? Are you commenting? That's really a big thing, and a lot of people don't know that. Like, it's just think of interactions and touch points. The more that you do that, the more the platform is going to open up your content to be viewed by,
because you're engaging it, you're interacting with it. Okay.
So you can't just be there just observing. You gotta play.
So it's almost like I don't just want people to check me out. I gotta check other people out.
Exactly.
And be genuine about it. It's like that old saying. I don't know if Bob Proctor said this, but I think Jim Rohn said it. He said, whatever you want, you should give it.
Yeah.
So if you want time, you should give time. If you want money, you should give money. If you want referrals, you should give referrals. So if you want more followers, you need to be a follower.
Or a supporter. Yeah.
And just be
real.
Because but that's key though. It's about building those relationships and stuff like that. So when you're out and about networking or whatever, do you drive people to your social media pages? Say, hey, follow me here and there.
I do. Yes, I could get their business card, but to me, it's a lot easier now. Follow me on Instagram, so that's a win for me. I got a new follower, and then I follow up in their DM and set up something face to face.
What's the DM?
Direct message.
Yeah. I just wanted to be clear.
Yes, you're right. They might not know. That is the direct message. Messenger.
Yeah. No, that was key though, because some people think when they get a follower, that's the win. But the real win is the follow up. Yeah. So in the DM, what are you doing though?
Hey, it was great seeing you. Thank you for following me. Have time to meet for coffee. Let's see how we can support each other.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, and you know what's interesting to me, Ashley? It's not rocket science. Right? I think that a lot of times, we think that there's some new hack out there, or is something that's like super sexy or crazy and complex, but it's just almost common sense. And a lot of times we know what to do, we just don't do what we know.
Exactly. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you can use it.
I put that on the shirt.
No doubt. So tell us, Ashley, are you looking for more clients right now?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So tell us, Ashley, how we can get in touch with Garth Media, and how to engage you.
Okay, so we're on all major platforms. Garth Media. My personal blog is The Ashley Garth. Our website is gogarthmedia.com. And you can really Google us. We're here. I'm downtown a lot. I'm here at the Entrepreneur Center, and then I'm also at Collective 615. So I'm open to face-to-face meetings and helping you guys grow your business.
Yeah, awesome. And I think it's super cool because if you think about it, here's somebody who's been in the business for several years, in the media business as it relates to social media, email marketing. And a lot of times we can close the information gap based on somebody else's experience. So definitely reach out to Ashley if you need help, with your business as it relates to those two items. And let's make it happen. Let's continue to grow before she leaves Nashville, right? Now, if you're watching this and you're in Dallas and you're in Houston, she coming. You got family in Texas or something?
I don't.
Oh, okay. But you got clientele there, so
I have one client there, but that's it.
Yeah. No, that's good. So how are you growing your business outside of Nashville clientele? How are people finding you and
online?
Okay.
So I've come to the conclusion that I can literally live anywhere.
Absolutely.
I mean, all I need is my MacBook Pro and Simba, and I'm good. So I'm just, it may not be Texas, but I just know I'm ready for something a little bit bigger than Nashville.
Yeah.
With my country self.
I know that's right. But that's good. No, that's a crazy journey from like insurance to because I saw it all, Ashley. I saw it all. I saw Liberty Mutual, team insurance.
You did.
And then social media management, email marketing, and then give me the name of is it
Sister Tribe Cosmetics.
Sister Tribe Cosmetics. So tell us about that right quick, because what made you go into selling a product? You're selling a service, you have success here. What made you say, hey, I want to sell this product? Cosmetics.
Passive income. I think every entrepreneur should have some form of passive income, and most of my clientele is women entrepreneurs, so cosmetics is not going anywhere. It just made sense. And we got a grant, and I had to think about it for months. What am I going to do with this money outside of Garth Media? And everything pointed to lipstick.
Yeah. Wow. Everything pointed to lipstick, huh? So when did you guys launch this?
May.
Cosmetic? In May of 2021. So how's that going? You got more than 2 customers a month?
Yeah. We got more than 2 customers a month. My mother has come out of retirement. She's doing the shipping in Chattanooga. My sister, if she ever sees this, sis, I know I get on your nerves, but this is what you said you wanted to do, and she's new to entrepreneurship.
So you guys started this together?
Yes, this is her business too.
Okay.
So she's in that industry, but this made me feel so good. She called me. I'm telling all her business, but when does this air?
In 2021. I don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
Probably a month or 2 out.
They won't see it anyway, but she's going to leave her job next year, and I just know.
Is she in Chattanooga?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because she's seeing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like, this can really happen.
Is this your younger sister? Okay. How old is she?
Jazz is 30.
Wow. So she's leaving her job to do this, focus on this.
Well, not Sister Tribe, but to go out on her own as a stylist.
Okay, gotcha. I love it. Hey, this is the time to do it. There was never a better time to be an entrepreneur than now. Yeah. But like you said, you gotta be intentional. We have to have a goal in mind, strategy, and structure. So
absolutely,
that's really key. Ashley, is there one more thing that you want to tell us? Is there another piece of advice or feedback that you always are preaching to entrepreneurs that you could tell us before we wrap up here?
Your mind. Y'all hear this all the time. Your mindset is everything. If you're thinking and you're coming from a place of lack, people can feel that energy. When you're having those discovery calls, they can hear your voice trembling, like, when you want to start? They're not going to want to start with you because they can feel that desperate energy. So I was reading one of Bob Proctor's book this week, and one of the things that he talks about is expecting those things to happen. So you can't set a goal if in your heart you truly are not expecting it to happen. So now every goal that I set, even with applying for all of these grants for Sister Tribe, I'm expecting to get something before this year ends. I've already said it's going to happen. So I think when you go into things and set goals with that type of mindset, it's a win-win.
Wow, that's crazy. And that to me is the foundation of entrepreneurship. I mean, it's your mind, the growth that you can have as an individual, as a business person is really key. I love Bob Proctor too. I mean, he has this affirmation online. It's a money affirmation. You familiar with that? Sometimes I go to sleep with it, Ashley. With the affirmation, you know what I mean?
Sleep.
I do. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources. Yeah, because I want it in my subconscious, right?
Yeah.
And so I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. Ashley, appreciate you. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you. Thank you for. Somebody's asking you to sing.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Hold on. You want me to put on the instrumental or something right quick?
Okay, let me think of what I could sing.
Oh yeah, we got.
So
Woo, what you
I haven't even sung in a while.
Let me get my tea together.
Let me sit up, get some good posture going.
Oh, you got it.
Y'all want to hear something jazzy?
Yes.
Can't go wrong with Jill Scott.
Okay.
Woke up this morning with a smile on my face. Jumped out of bed, took a shower, dressed, cleaned up my place, made me some breakfast. I started too high. Toast, 2 scrambled eggs, grits, grab my purse, grab my keys, grab my jacket after work, leaning all the way down 3rd. You gonna harmonize?
Yeah.
Is it the way, okay, you love me, baby?
That's all we got.
That's it.
What?
Thank you. Okay, that was terrible.
Ashley,
that was not good.
Hey, listen.
You can edit
if
that.
somebody like offers you a deal though, like what you gonna do with Garth Media?
Garth Media can run itself.
Hey, and that's how you build a business, y'all.
Absolutely.
You know, Jill Scott got a spot here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to run by the house?
Is she in Brentwood, Franklin? I need to pop
How do
up.
I know that though? That's what I'm tripping.
I don't even know how I know. I just heard it.
All right, so check it. Yeah, me too. Hey, check it out, y'all. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel or the Apple Podcast, subscribe today, especially on YouTube. All right. So check us out at Tech Don't Sleep. And make sure you follow us also on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, especially this quarter, Comcast Business and Spectrum Business. So we appreciate you guys for sponsoring the podcast and the events that we have coming up. Appreciate y'all again. We'll see y'all next time. Holla!
Just be smooth.
All right.
Oh, y'all got sponsors already? Oh, behind.
What? It's about relationships.
Yes. You right. I love that.
It's about relationships. Shout out to the sponsors. You know, I know we just did a commercial, but it's to your point. It's about, you know, building those long-term relationships and adding value both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't know we were recording. They said commercial break. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. No, we did that. Somebody, she just pushed the commercial in there later.
Okay.
Ashley.
No.
Woo.
A few moments later.
Oh my God.
You got a great voice.
Bad. Okay, can you really edit when I was like, y'all have sponsors already? Can you take that out?
No, we gotta keep it.
No, take that out, please.
Everything.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that.
Yeah, we got
No. When you said break, I was like, okay, we took a real break. I was wondering why your eyes did that.